love weddings. Yes, so many people, if not everybody, loves weddings. Even the people that don't believe in love, even the people that don't want to get married, love weddings. Everybody loves weddings. With all the music, the glamour, the beauty, the honeymoon, everything beautiful and exciting about weddings. People love it so much. But the thing is, wedding lasts for just a day, but marriage lasts for a lifetime. So what so many people don't tell newlyweds or people that are about to get married is that marriage is not a fairy tale. No matter the kind of fairy tale wedding that you have, you still need to understand that that is wedding. Marriage isn't a fairy tale. Marriage is more like a battlefield. Not that kind of battlefield, but more like a battlefield of sacrifice, of growth, and of patience. I want you to understand where I'm going. So think of it like this. When you marry someone, you're not just marrying who they are. You're marrying their past, their future, their weaknesses, their flaws, and everything about them. Yes. So don't just think of it that you're marrying a very beautiful lady or a very handsome guy and that is just what you're getting married to. No. Everything about that person, their family, weaknesses, hidden flaws, everything comes with that person. Marriage is very, very beautiful. Yeah, it's really nice. But at the same time, you need to understand that marriage can be really, really demanding. So let's uncover the hardest parts of marriage in today's episode. So if you're not ready as someone that is about to get married or as a newlywed, if you're not ready for these hard parts of marriage, my dear, marriage will shock you. So what are the hardest parts of marriage that most couples face? Firstly is merging different backgrounds. Yes, of course, you know that the both of you came from different backgrounds, different families, grew up in different environments. But now, suddenly, you want to come together and create your own home. In as such as you're from different backgrounds. So with proper love, patience, and understanding, and a whole lot of things, if you're not able to merge your backgrounds peacefully, there will be clash, and there will be that once sweet marriage will turn sour. So it's very, very important that you learn how to merge your different backgrounds. It can be really hard, but yes, with unity, love, and understanding, you guys will definitely be able to overcome. Managing expectations in marriage is also not easy. Yes, because love has a way of blinding people into fantasy. But you see, reality will bring disappointment. It is good. It's not bad to fantasize on how you want your marriage to be, how you want every day of your marriage to be. But please make sure, as a man, as a woman, make sure that your fantasies are realistic. Make sure they are not unrealistic fantasies. Because if your fantasies are unrealistic, to get to a point in your marriage where you'll be disappointed, when you finally get married, you'll be disappointed, and before you know it, that marriage will lose its spark. But when you fantasize on the average, it's not like yours is unrealistic. When you now face reality in marriage, you will not be so disappointed. Handling financial pressures in marriage is also hard. It is not easy. Financial pressure, you know that money is the root of, So with all the bills, the debts, the budgeting, it can be really straining. In fact, even that your strong love, it can even strain it. Yes. So when there is so much financial pressure, maybe in form of lack or in form of debts or anything, financial pressures can be really, really bad. It has a way of attacking the marriage. Really, it's really hard. It's really, really hard. It's a hard part of marriage, a very important hard part of marriage. But if you're able to handle that financial pressure together and properly, you will be able to, overcome that issue and enjoy your marriage. For example, maybe in that marriage, for example, the guy likes investments. He likes using any money that he has at hand to make investment. But the lady loves savings. She loves having the money in her account. Now imagine when such a couple keep arguing over the same issue. One person wants savings, the other person wants investment, and they keep arguing and arguing and arguing. No, I don't want this. Yeah, nobody wants to compromise. It's not easy. So you see, money matter is not easy at all. So you understand? But if they're able to come to an understanding, okay, maybe sometimes they save, sometimes they invest, and they're able to understand each other because of the love they have for each other. Sacrifice that, that thing and discussing that issue. They'll be able to overcome that hard part of marriage. But you find out that in this our society, money is number one reason for divorce. It's the most common cause of divorce in our society. But if you're able to handle your financial pressures, you'll enjoy your home. My dear singles and newlyweds, it is very important to know that balancing work and marriage is not easy. It is not easy at all. I'm telling you. Because that energy that you're supposed to put into your marriage, you end up putting it into your work because you need to make money. Money is very important. But if you're able to balance the two of them, work and marriage, everything will work out. Everything will be sweet. I actually know of a couple that the wife is working, the guy is working. Money is not their problem. When I mean money is not their problem, I mean money is not their problem. This one is not financial pressure issue. No, money is not their problem. Every marriage and their own issue. Their own issue now is that the man works from morning till night. This one, I'm not talking about morning till evening. No, I mean morning till night, every day. When I mean every day, I mean every single day. Very late in the night. So because of the kind of success he has made in his career, in his work, it's made him not to have time for his marriage anymore. At some point, in fact, over the years, the wife was now always home alone. Understand, with the kids. At some point in their marriage, the woman started resenting her husband's success. It happens. I have seen it. It happens. So my dear, please, it is very important that you learn how to balance work and marriage. If not, if you put so much energy in work, it will affect the marriage. If you put so much energy in marriage, it will affect your work. But if you can balance, that is perfect. Parenting difference is another hard part of marriage. It's not easy to raise kids, right? It is not easy. Go and ask the papas and the mamas in the house. It is not easy. And you know that you guys grew up in different homes, and now you now come together to build your own home. So you have parenting differences. You have different understanding of how a child to be trained. And because of those parenting differences, if you're not careful, it will end up bringing up hidden conflicts. For example, maybe the man likes strict discipline. Some men are like that. And the woman likes gentle discipline. Now, if the two of them cannot come together and have a proper understanding, their children or their child, as the case may be, will be stuck in the middle. The child will be in the middle, and it will definitely be causing conflict. But if they're able to understand each other and say, okay, when a child does something like this, he or she should be strictly disciplined. When a child does something like this, you can gently discipline that child. That is when the home will be peaceful and the children will be disciplined and everything will go well. But when there is no proper understanding, the parenting differences in the both of you will cause conflict and chaos in that marriage. Handling household responsibilities in your home is also not easy. Because you guys will be struggling with who does what. And those small chores in the home can cause conflict. See, the secret behind this is do what works for you. Every home does not operate the same way. There are homes where the husband and the wife, they are working. So the bills and the chores are splitted. You understand? There are homes where the man is working, but the lady does not work. So she does almost all the chores. There are also homes where the man is the only person working quite alright, but he still joins in doing those chores. So my dear, do what works for you. but it's not easy trying to balance those household responsibilities at first. But when you guys have a proper understanding about how to actually share it in a way that it will work for the both of you, there will be peace in the home. Unmet emotional needs can also be a problem in marriage because the both of you love differently. You have different love language, and when you're not yet understand, when you're not able to understand your partner's love language, you will not be able to practice that love language, that is to speak the love language. And when you're not able to speak your partner's love language, your partner will have unmet emotional needs. But when the both of you are able to understand each other and know how to love each other, everything will go well. But at the beginning, when you're still trying to balance these things, it can be hard. This point I'm about to mention now is another very common hard part of marriage in so many marriages in our society. Yes, extended family interference. You know, there are some in-laws that cause a lot of issues in marriage, in people's marriages. And there are in-laws that know how to weaken bonds. They know how to cause problems. But if the both of you know how to handle your family members, your extended family members, you regulate how they interfere in your marriage, there will be peace. But some people don't know how to do this. Some people, especially at the beginning, they don't know how to handle the way their extended families interfere in their marriages. And that is why they allow all manner of things to happen in their home, which ends up breaking the bond between them and their partner. For example, maybe as a man, maybe you love your mother's cooking. You used to love your mother, but now that you're married, you're living with your wife and your kids, as the case may be, because you used to enjoy your mother's cooking, you allow her to cook for you whenever she visits. It is not bad, but how you handle it matters. Do you understand? Because I know some people that this particular thing I just mentioned now has, in fact, led to serious chaos in their home. Anything you want to do, in any way you want to involve an extended family member into your marriage, let your partner know and make sure your partner understands and is okay with it. Because if your partner is not okay with it, there will be problem. I know I've heard of cases where the man's mother always enters the kitchen and dictates how her son's wife should cook, and it's not just that thing that's the problem, it's actually how she's doing it. You know, there's a way somebody will be trying to dictate something for you in your own home. You feel mocked, you feel insulted, especially when your partner is not even doing anything about it, even after complaining. But like I said before, if you're able to handle how every single member of your extended family interferes in your home, you will enjoy peace. It is hard at the beginning, but you guys will definitely overcome such situation. Communication breakdown is another hard part of marriage. See, in marriage, silence is not golden, as people used to say. Silence is deadly. Because when you shut your partner out, when you're always silent, when communication is affected in your marriage, my dear, your home will suffer. The bond between you and your partner will suffer. For example, maybe you're going through something, I don't know, it could be a health issue, a work issue, financial issue, or whatever, and you just suddenly break off communication with your partner. The both of you still live in the same home, but you don't communicate with your partner anymore. You guys just talk as roommates, just talk about maybe bills, kids, and all of that. No intimate communications. Once that part is affected, the bond will be affected. Imagine shutting your partner out for weeks, for months, or even for years. Do you know the kind of damage to do to the bond that both of you share? Of course, it will be affected because both of you no longer have deep conversations that used to keep you guys bonded. But if you're able to handle your communication issues, even when you don't feel like talking to your partner, maybe after some time of thinking about your problem, you can open up with your partner, not shutting your partner out completely. That will definitely destroy your home. Trust issues is another very common problem in marriages, in so many marriages. In fact, so many marriages have ended because of trust issues. They no longer trust each other, and it's now comes with so many problems. Do you know that it's very hard to live with someone you don't trust? It is very, very hard, because a couple that don't trust each other, like zero trust, as a man, you will not be able to eat your wife's food. As a woman, you cannot trust your husband with money. As a man, you cannot trust your wife with money. You cannot even, both of you cannot even make investments together. A lot of things will go wrong if there is zero trust in marriage. So you see, trust is very, very important. See, love is unconditional. Of course, everybody knows that. But you see, trust is unconditional. You have to earn the trust. And once your partner trusts you, please don't break that trust. Don't ever, because once you break that trust, it is very, very hard for your partner to trust you again. So it's very, very important in all areas, both in areas of infidelity, finance, and every other area. Please learn to trust each other. Learn to build your trust. Make your partner trust you. It is one of the things that will help your marriage to last long. Comparison is another hard part of marriage. You know, there could be times when your partner can start comparing with someone else. In their own understanding, maybe they're trying to make you understand you should do better. But my dear, you need to understand that comparing your partner will only kill the peace in your marriage. You can correct your partner without comparing them. You can advise your partner without comparing them. But constant comparison will only kill peace. In fact, your partner will definitely end up feeling or looking insulted anytime you start comparing them. Especially when you compare them to friends or to your ex. That one is even worse. Also, just the comparison itself, it's a no-no. It's a no-no. So please, don't do it. Forgiveness is also hard in marriage, because there could be times when your partner will provoke you so much, like really break your heart, and you'll find it really hard to forgive. But my dear, if you really want your home to work, you have to learn to forgive. Not just forgive and forget. Forgive and let go. In fact, you have to learn to forgive your partner every day of that marriage, so that you don't build resentment. Don't forget to forgive and forget, because if you forgive and anytime your partner does anything to provoke you again, you still keep saying, repeating or using what they did in the past to correct them or to scold them, that means you did not forget about it. You did not let it go from your heart. You just said with your mouth that you are forgiving your partner. Complete forgiveness, full forgiveness, is when you forgive and you forget. You forgive and you let go. If not, my dear, unforgiveness can lead to that divorce in that marriage. It has happened and it's still happening. So no matter what, if you really want it, I know that there are times when they will provoke you so much, your partner can provoke you so much to the extent that you find it really hard to forgive. But in everything, just try your best. Handling failure together in marriage can also be hard. Yes, because when one person fails, if you don't handle that failure properly, both of you will fall. Yes. So it's very important that you learn how to handle failure. So many people don't know how to handle failure in marriage. For example, maybe you as a wife, your husband lost his job. And ever since he lost his job, times have passed, and after some months, he's no longer able to meet up with the financial responsibilities of the home. So instead of you, the wife, to cover him up, assist him in any way you can, financially, helping him with financial responsibilities in the home, you now turn everything. Instead of handling that failure together, encouraging him to, try his best to get another job or something, to look for a solution, you're now attacking him. You now use it to insult him all the time. Call him a jobless father, a jobless husband. You're always insulting him, that he's eating your food, wasting your money. If as a wife you react like that, you're only breaking that home. You're doing yourself, because the both of you will sink together, because you have failed to handle that failure together. Another very, 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 very important hard part of marriage is health challenges. Oh my God. This one is very, very important. You see, illness shake marriage. It shakes marriage a lot. A lot of marriages has really been affected, negatively affected. A lot of marriages has ended, has lost peace, has lost their love, their spark because of health challenges. For example, one person can just develop one terminal illness and the other person is now carrying the whole financial responsibilities and even household responsibilities. And if it's something that is prolonged for years, it can be really bad, especially when the money is not there. You understand? It can be really, really bad, and it has happened to a lot of marriages. One person is just so sick, maybe has diabetes or cancer or just illnesses that can be really, really bad and serious and can really cost a lot. Hey, it shakes marriages, but in all, God is in control. Sexual compatibility is another hard part of marriage that most couples face, especially when the both of you have extreme different sexual drives. Maybe, for example, the man likes sex every day. He wants to be having sex every day, and the woman wants it occasionally. In cases like this, there will definitely be issues. And in fact, so many marriages actually have issues because of sex, because of sexual drives. But you guys have to learn to understand each other's body, have a proper understanding of how your sex life should be. When you understand each other and you guys talk about it and able to handle that issue, even if one person likes sex every second, another person likes it once a month, you'll be able to come to an understanding, because at least one person should be able to compromise and the both of you will agree and understand each other and settle. Yes, that's the only way your marriage will work, because you see, sex is very important. There are even marriages where the woman loves sex so much and the man doesn't. It happens. So whichever way that you handle that issue for it to work, please do it so that it doesn't destroy your home. Having different spending habits as a couple will definitely cause issues. It's hard. Yes, getting married to someone that has a different spending habit from yours can be really hard. But if you guys can understand each other, so everything will be fine. But there are marriages where maybe the wife, for example, is an extravagant spender and the man is the person that saves a lot. In fact, he saves every cent. In this case now, the wife that spends extravagantly will begin to see the man as a stingy man. And when this happens repeatedly, it will begin to cause personality clashes, money personality clashes. And before you know it, everything becomes an issue. Everything that concerns money becomes an issue. So yes, it's hard having someone that has different spending habits from yours, marrying someone that has different spending habits. But if the both of you can understand each other, then it will definitely work. You see that part in marriage where the both of you as a couple begins to have kids, and it now begins to seem as if the kids are taking over the marriage. All the attention and everything goes to them. That part in marriage is very hard. It's hard. Yes, because when you no longer give your partner time, you no longer give your partner attention, because all the attention goes to the kids, it affects the bond. When the only thing you guys now know how to do is to be a mom and a dad, and no longer be a husband and a wife, romance can die in that such a marriage. So it's very important that you consciously give your partner attention at that stage where you guys begin to have kids. Because if you don't consciously do it, you will not even know when you stop giving your partner attention. You no longer mind their needs, you no longer talk like you guys used to, But if you consciously pay attention to your partner's needs, even at that stage, the romance will not die. Dealing with addictions in marriage, my dear, is also hard. I am telling you, this particular addiction issue has affected so many marriages. It could be addiction in various things, like addiction to various things, like maybe gambling, smoking, drugs, all those extreme, really bad addictions. It has killed so many marriages. But the thing is, there are marriages where couples were able to tackle the addiction together and their partner had to come out of such addiction. There are also homes where there was no solution. They couldn't find any solution. The husband couldn't stop or come out from that addiction, and it broke the marriage. Because when someone is trying to help you to come out of an issue, it's hard. It is hard, I am telling you. An adult trying to correct an adult over something that he has been doing for years is hard. So yes, addiction and extreme bad habits is hard to handle in marriage. Handling friends of the opposite sex in marriage is hard. In fact, it's even worse when your partner does not see anything wrong with it. Like maybe as a married man, as a married woman, you have a bestie of the opposite sex and you guys always hanging out. You guys are always hanging out, my dear. If you don't cut ties with such a person, my dear, you will destroy your marriage. Imagine you as a married man, you have a female bestie. My dear, you end up making your wife feel insecure because the both of you might not be doing anything wrong, but because of the way you guys relate, your partner will definitely not be comfortable with it. So as a married man, as a married woman, you should not be having a bestie of the opposite sex. You can have friends of the opposite sex, but please, let it not be this very close friendship. And every friendship should be defined. If not, you actually create a hole for the devil to penetrate. And once that trust is broken, it's very hard. It is very, very hard. So handling friends of the opposite sex of your partner, your spouse, it is hard in marriage. In fact, it has destroyed so many marriages. I'm telling you, a lot of marriages, because your partner will definitely feel insecure. So please try your best to do what is right in marriage. Long distance challenges in marriage can also be really hard. Yes, maybe when you guys have to separate for a very good reason, you have to separate physically. Maybe one person travels abroad and the other person remains at home. In such a marriage, it's really hard. It's not easy. Even when you're coming back maybe like twice a year to see your partner, it's not easy. It's not easy. Your partner will feel left out. It can even make suspicion to grow in that marriage. So you see that long distance marriage of a thing, it doesn't work for everybody. There are people that it actually worked for. Like their partner had to travel to go and study, and maybe after like 2-3 years, maybe for their masters or something, everything worked out, and they were able to handle the whole situation. And before you know it, the other person that was left at home joined, and now they are together permanently. But there are people that just within that first year of being apart, physically apart from each other, everything was ruined. So you have to know what works for you. If it's not work, it's not work. But try your very best, especially if your partner is traveling physically away from you for a very good reason. You have to learn to respect yourself, discipline yourself, and make sure that your partner trusts you. Because once suspicion steps in, a lot of things will be ruined in that marriage. Another hard part of marriage is fading attraction. Yes, the both of you definitely get old one day. In fact, there are so many things, apart from old age, there's so many other things that can actually make looks to change. And there are people that once looks change, they no longer find their partner attractive. And it is bad. Yes, just know, when you get married, you should know that looks will change. It could be from pregnancy for the ladies, health challenges, old age. No, anything can make your look to change or your partner's look to change. But if you love your partner for who they are, sincerely love your partner, even when their looks change, you still love their personality, love them, not just for their looks. Because there are marriages where once one person begins to change, the other person begins to find the partner unattractive and all those things. For example, maybe you as a married man, you now find your wife unattractive because she got pregnant, became fat, had face change, complexion and all of those things. She added weight and all those things. My dear, it's not nice. Even after that stage, you should at least try to help your partner to come back to the originals, even if they did not come back to the way they were before. I mean, come on. You should love that person for who they are. Because if you don't, if you no longer find your partner attractive at some point in your marriage, my dear, infidelity will definitely crawl in. Yes. So it is very important that you try your best to keep that bond together, even when the attraction fades in that marriage. Having religious or spiritual differences as a couple is hard. My dear, is hard. Because when both of you don't have shared faith, it should definitely affect your bond. You can even end up arguing all the time. This person is bringing up their own religious belief, the other person is talking about their own, it will definitely affect you guys at some point. That is why it is good to marry someone that believes in what you believe in. Having shared faith will help you guys to have a strong bond spiritually. There are actually marriages where the couple doesn't have shared faith. They don't believe in the same thing, but they understand each other, as in they just allow their partner to do and follow any religion they want, and it's still working for them. So what am I trying to say? Do what works for you in every area of a marriage. Having unfulfilled dreams in marriage is hard, and it happens a lot. I'm telling you. See, maybe you had some dreams, some goals, so actually even before you got married. In fact, you were already thinking of how to actualize those dreams before marriage came your way. And ever since now that you're married, ever since you got married, those plans has not even crossed your mind, not to talk of how to actualize them. You see, it happens. It happens, and it can be really hard. Because, my dear, marriage responsibilities will definitely affect your plans. It will affect your plan. Even if, okay, there are some people that at some point they were actually later able to, actualize their goals after getting married. But it doesn't happen like that for everybody. There are people that from the day they got married, all those goals and the dreams that they used to have before they got married, it became a forgotten issue. Because now they entered into another stage of life that couldn't allow them to fix in that dream into the marriage responsibilities. So, my dear, it happens, so just have it in mind. Don't be the type of person that will begin to regret getting married all because you did not fulfill your dreams. I understand that there are times when maybe marriage responsibilities can make you not to fulfill something that is very, very important. Maybe you wanted to go back to school and all of that. Maybe responsibilities didn't just allow you. It happens. All you need to do is to find a way to overcome and still plan yourself. Talk to your partner about it. If it's going to work, it's going to work. If it's not going to work, it's not going to work. But just try your best. Handling secrets in marriage can be really hard. Yes, even the small secrets that I think it doesn't matter if you don't tell your partner. It can break the trust that your partner has for you when they finally get to know about it. So the thing is that try not to keep secrets away from your partner. Be open to your partner. And you that want your partner to be open to you, learn to handle secrets. Because if you don't know how to handle secrets, when your partner finally opens up to you, there will be a problem in the home. But if you can handle those secrets, your partner will be the type of person that can trust you with anything. And that is what will actually help you guys to build stronger trust as years go by. And finally, for today's episode, having the fear of divorce itself is hard. Because the hardest part of marriage is actually sometimes the thought of giving up. That thought of divorce is hard. Because there are times when storms, challenges will begin to come and divorce will begin to creep into your mind. There are people that they are just managing their marriages, enjoying their marriage. In fact, they're living like roommates with their partner. They're just there because of their children. They're not there because they don't even want the marriage, and they're just managing because of the fear of divorce. So that fear of divorce itself is even a very hard part of marriage. One of the hardest. You understand? So try as much as you can to handle your challenges properly and keep your home as peaceful as possible. So in summary, what I'm trying to say is that marriage is not easy. Because if marriage was easy, all these divorce courts would be empty. But they are always filled up with so many marriage matters. But the truth is that marriage is not actually supposed to be easy. Why? Because marriage will grow you, will stretch you, will test you, will even test your commitment to love. my dear singles about to wed and newlyweds, the couples that last are not the ones that don't used to have struggles, that didn't have any struggles or challenges. No, they are actually the ones that walked through those challenges together. So if you found today's video very interesting and really good, share it with someone that is about to get married or just got married. It will really help them. So that is all for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching my video today. Thank you so much for listening. And please, if you've not subscribed, kindly subscribe to my channel. Also like and comment on my videos as well. Thank you so much for watching. See you in another episode with Rusi Baby. Bye.